Good morning, brothers. I hope you've had a wicked weekend. Got out and done something with somebody you love, or your mates, or done something you love. The three things you need to be happy: something to love, something to do, and something to look forward to. I had a good weekend. I had a cracker. I was supposed to go away to Derville with a bunch of mates. We'd planned it for weeks on end, and the weather just wasn't doing it, and the whole thing got called off at the last minute. So we didn't go. And I still had a bloody good weekend. I wasn't going to let that stuff me up slightly. Helicopter flying over. I live on a flight path here in Tasman. Do you suffer from anger? Because that's what today's topic is about. Having a bit of a chat about it. I'll start off by saying that I've suffered from anger. And because of that, other people around me have suffered. And for that, I'm sorry. But I can't change the past. And today, I've got a grip on it. A moment of patience during a moment of anger will save you a whole world of trouble down the track. Because when we have anger, we do things that we don't really gain anything from in our lives, nor do the people around us. In fact, it's destructive. And you have to own your own anger. Nobody can make you angry. Nothing can make you angry. It's your anger. It belongs to you. People can do things you don't like, and do things that upset you, and do things that make you want to lash out. But the anger that's welling up inside you is anger that's already there. It was born in you a long time ago. Either you grew up seeing your father angry or your mother angry or somebody, and you learnt to become angry. It goes to the point where people get so angry they actually kill people. Road rage. People have killed other people because somebody in the zip line where traffic formation, one goes in another, and someone's pushed in front. They've actually got out and chased that person down. It's escalated to the point where they've killed them. I read an article on that. And that is just anger. Road rage is anger. You're running late for work. You're already late and you've got pressure, you've got stress. You're breaking the speed limit, risking an accident. You're threatening other people's lives, but your anger is welling up inside you, and eventually the traffic lights are up in front and they're green. And you go up there and you get up and just miss it. And you've got the red light and there's one car in front of you. Now you're really angry. You're waiting there and it's building up inside you, and that anger is starting to build more and more. Instead of you breathing and saying, I have no control over this traffic light right now, I'm just going to meditate and enjoy being alive and be grateful that I'm in this world, and grateful that the people I love are okay, and grateful that I've got a job, and I'll explain to the boss when I get there why I'm late and he'll understand. No, you've got this anger building. And guess what happens? The traffic lights turn green and you get this, But the car in front of you is asleep. He's like looking out the side at some bird down the road and thinking about something else, and you're like, come on, motherfucker, go, go, go. But he's not. And he's like, finally you blow your top and beep, beep, beep. And the guy's looking out the window and he's like, what's that? And he looks up and he sees you in the mirror. He's like, oh, yeah, sorry, mate. And he then looks at the light and says, oh, they're green. So now he puts his vehicle into gear. And just as he accelerates away, guess what? They go orange. And he's still just pulling away, and you're trying to go. By the time you get up to the line, it's red. Now you're redlining the anger meeting. And all of these events that have happened are all out of your control, and you're allowing them to create anger inside of yourself. Anger that you already had. Anger that came into your body, your life, a long time ago through injustices or things that happened that seemed unfair, or it was maybe a repeated behavior that you're acting out that someone else did. Understanding our anger is one thing. Controlling it is something completely different. Controlling our anger is about breathing, understanding that it is our anger, and owning it, and then dealing with it. There are things that can help you with your anger, and I want to show you one of them right now. This will calm you down no end. This is what my son uses to deal with his anger. He actually doesn't have much anger. Show us your anger management, son. It's very angry. And you've got a little kitten. That's Kitty Inwood. I found Kitty Inwood in the bush. Some lowlife had dumped Kitty Inwood. It's very hard to be angry with something cute like that. She's just had a feed. Very hard to get angry. Isn't it, son?
Yeah.
Do you ever get angry with Kitty Inwood?
Yeah, when she wakes me up in the morning.
She's been doing that a bit, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any anger issues? I've never seen you really... Oh, yes, I have. I've seen you frustrated, but I've never seen you lash out in anger. Do you experience anger?
Yeah.
How do you manage it? Or do you manage it?
I guess if I'm angry... When I was little, I used to hit things a lot.
I remember that.
But now I just sort of stop and hold it in for a second and breathe.
Breathe.
And then think about it just for like a few seconds before doing anything.
That's wise. I started this video by saying a little bit of patience, like practicing patience when you're really angry can save you a world of trouble later on, because we do irrational things that are destructive and cause a lot of problem. Yes, I used to have terrible anger issues. It's taken a long time. And sadly, my son has seen me angry. And that's probably been the most upsetting thing for him, because it's horrible feeling, isn't it? Seeing your dad angry.
Yeah.
And you feel like you've done something wrong, and it's destructive. And I have to own that. When's the last time you saw me angry? Because I still do get angry. How long ago was it? And what did I do? Can you remember that?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you notice a change in me? Like things happen where I used to get angry and you see that I don't get angry anymore now? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Massive change.
Massive change. Do you think I changed after I had cancer? That changed me a bit, eh?
Yeah.
Was that where the biggest change was after that?
I think so, yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it? When I was faced with death, and it was a blessing. I got told when I had cancer that the type of cancer I had was aggressive and I wouldn't have long to go. And they actually gave me an incorrect thing at the beginning. I got phoned up at bloody... Shut up, Pace, that'll do. I got phoned up at 5 o'clock on New Year's Eve. I was alone in this house here. It was a shitty old house back then. It wasn't like it is now. Cold and miserable, and I was by myself. And the doctor phoned me up and said, you've got a Gleason score of 4+3. With a Gleason score of cancer, if the number that comes first is a higher number, then it's an aggressive cancer. My Gleason score was actually a 3+4, but Dr. Tim Ewer told me it was a 4+3. He got it backwards and wrote it down backwards. It was incorrect. So that straight away made me think, holy fuck. My uncle had a 4+3 and he died 18 months later. Pace! That'll do. Oh, he's watching the cat. He's squeaking. Pick him up, son, so Pace isn't squeaking. So I faced the reality that I wasn't going to be here anymore. And I slowed right down. And then I went through the process of acceptance after being angry and dealing with it. And then I got to thinking about how I'd been through my life. Shut up, Pace. That'll do. You can see the kitten, he's like going nutty. And I realised that how much I'd hurt the people I love. The people that I love, I'd hurt the most. I'd hurt my daughter, I'd hurt my son. Their mum had long gone. She was on to me a long time ago. And it killed me. I thought, here I am, I'm going to die now. And I've actually hurt the very people I love by lashing out. I wasn't violent towards my kids. I wasn't like hitting them. Although there were times when the anger was so strong inside me that it would have appeared like violence to them, particularly small children. And it was repeated stuff that I had learnt myself as a child from seeing anger in somebody else. So, faced with my death, I woke up. I woke up to the truth. I covered a lot of my anger up with stuff. I used to get angry at the stupidest things. I'd get angry at... I'd be trying to record a song and there'd be like an airplane would fly over. And I'd be fucking angry at that airplane. It's just gone through the audio and I just got that down. These days when I record a song and an airplane flies over, I go, it is what it is. It's in the song. I've got a sound of an airplane in my song. Yeah, the vibration doesn't go with the bass, but that's just the reality. Or if I'm doing a video and bass is squeaking and I don't want them squeaking in there, that is what it is. You've got squeaky dog in the video. Everything is real. I'm not changing anything anymore. If Yona suddenly walks in the middle of me talking, I'll say, g'day son. I might even give him a hug. I won't get angry. Before I would have gone, hey, I'm trying to record a video. I've completely changed my whole outlook on life. It was so destructive, the anger I had. And trying to seek perfection, I made everything imperfect. And trying to get everything right with what I was, either with my music, trying to record something, trying to write a bit of poetry. Instead of embracing the moment and saying this is what's going on, I would fight against it. And it was a learnt behaviour. And it took a absolute crisis in my life. Because I didn't really think I had that much time. I thought I was going to be, not here. I've got a mate trying to call me now on the phone as I'm making this, and this is a classic thing where I can see it's ringing and I'm making a video. It's my mate Wade, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'll keep ringing and he'll might be able to get hold of me, and I'll still finish my video and I won't worry about it. I've changed my whole thing. So sometimes we need a crisis in our life to change. It took a crisis in my life before I changed my diet. My message today is, first of all, your anger belongs to you. And as I start off by the beginning, just have a little bit of patience next time you're angry, because that will change the whole journey you're on and make it so in the future you won't have regrets about people you've hurt and things you've done. At that moment, take a few deep breaths like my son does. He's way wiser than me. Way wiser. I've watched him in just the last 3 months living with me. I've watched him evolve. You've really evolved in the last 3 months. Hugely. I know sometimes you still don't feel great and you still feel a bit sad. But when you first came to me, you were like most mornings waking up not that good. I think giving up marijuana was a biggie. It's definitely changed you. I know you haven't given up everything.
No.
He certainly hasn't given up woman. God damn. Won't start talking about that, will we, son? He's my son. Anyway, today's talk was unrehearsed, and it's about anger. If you do have anger problems, then do an anger management course, learn about it, and don't be like me. Don't wait till you get to a point in your life where the doctor tells you don't have long, and you go and have a radical prostatectomy and you lose a whole lot of functions and you find yourself sitting in a pool of blood in a wheelchair, unable to stand up, full of regret and thinking, how can I change this? Don't let it get to that stage. Wait till you're that stage, and you might die, and then it might be too late if you try and wait that long. Work on it now. If you know you have anger issues, then do everything. And be transparent about it with the ones you love. Talk to them openly and honestly. Say, look, I'm struggling with this and I know I've hurt you and I'm deeply sorry, and I'm going to do everything in the future to make myself a better man. None of us are perfect. None of us are born perfect. We all have shit. And we have to deal with it. We have to be responsible. So yeah, don't wait for a crisis to come along. Go steady, and we'll see you in the next video. And hopefully the next one's a bit more happy, because this one kind of like started there and it went down to real serious and then like hovered around like morbid shit. Now it's back up to me in a reasonably happy state. Kitty and Wood. See you later.